YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Ant the Barber coming back at you with another haircut tutorial. In this video, we're going to be doing a tapered man bun. Alright, so I'm going to begin this cut by taking my WAHL number 2 premium guard on my clipper with the lever closed, and I'm going to begin to remove bulk. This is also going to be my client's desired length, so I'm going to make sure that I give everything a good, clean, even cut. Alright, so now that I got everything knocked down evenly on the sides, we're going to get right into the back taper. And I'm going to take my BABYLISSPRO Gold FX trimmer and wait a minute. I'm going to go ahead and kick this off a little bit differently. So I'm actually not going to walk you through this back taper portion. However, when we get to the side taper of this haircut, I will slow everything down in real time and we'll walk through it step by step. But what I am going to walk you through right now is a giveaway. And in that giveaway, I'm going to be giving away this very trimmer right here. So stay tuned. Alright, so I wanted to let the footage of the trimmer being used to go ahead and finish before I got into the instructions on how to enter this giveaway. So now that that's done, let's jump right into it. So these instructions are going to be really simple, and for those of you that want to enter this giveaway, it's important that you pay close attention now, because I'm not going to be answering any questions in my DM or the comment section below of this video or anywhere regarding this giveaway when I'm clearly giving you the answer to any question you may have right now. So with that being said, it's actually really simple. First and foremost, you need to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If for some reason you're not subscribed, I'm going to invite and encourage you to do so now. Not just for this giveaway though, but for the consistency and just the overall vibe in the community here that we got going on with this channel is definitely something you're going to want to be a part of. Alright, so now that we all clearly understand that you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel, the next step is really simple, but it's also extremely important that you pay close attention. I'm going to be using a random comment selector to choose a winner for this giveaway, and I'm going to randomly choose a comment out of this haircut tutorial right here. So in order to be entered in this giveaway, you're going to need to get active in that comment section below, and in your comment you're going to need to include the word trimmer. Again, your comment has to include the word trimmer. I don't care if that's all you want to comment or you want to comment a whole story. In that story, the word trimmer needs to be included. If the word trimmer isn't included, then that comment is going to be considered void and we're going to randomly select a new winner. So that's the giveaway, simple and sweet. I'm going to go ahead and run this for 1 week. Today is Saturday the 6th. I'm going to run this until Saturday the 13th at 12 noon. Pacific Standard Time. And actually at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, I'm gonna go live on my YouTube channel and we're randomly gonna select that winner. So that means you have 1 week from today to comment as many times as you want to be entered in this giveaway. Don't forget to include the word trimmer. Again, if the word trimmer isn't included in your comment, that comment will be considered void as far as the giveaway. If you win and live outside the United States, you will be required to pay postage for the trimmer. So now that we all got a good understanding of the giveaway and what's required to enter it, I just want to say good luck to anybody that decides to participate. And I also real quick want to talk about yesterday's giveaway, the 4th of July giveaway. I know there's some people feeling a little cheated and a little salty as far as the giveaway, but just know that this giveaway and any giveaway that I do isn't required of me. It comes from a good place, and sometimes they're spur of the moment, And when they're spur of the moment, there's not a lot of thought put behind them. And that happened to be the case for the 4th of July giveaway. So when it came down to actually counting all those comments, there was no way that I had enough free time to do that. So I did the next best thing, and I continued with the giveaway and chose the winners that I did. And I apologize if you're left feeling salty behind that, but just know that it comes from a good place, and congratulations to my winners. Alright, so my client likes a mid to high taper on the sides, and so I'm going to come in using my BABYLISSPRO Gold FX trimmer, and I'm going to begin to set and create my first guideline. However, I am setting it in a little bit lower than normally for a mid to high, but that's because I want to keep his side lineup predominantly dark. So later on with my guides, I'm going to go ahead and stretch the blend to give it that mid to high look while keeping the lineup dark at the same time. So now that my bald guideline was created, I'm now going to completely bald it out using my BABYLISSPRO Foil FX02. And when I get towards the top of this guideline, I will use that flick out motion to ensure myself a cleaner, smoother transition into my next guide. So now that I balded out that guide, I'm now going to come in with my BABYLISSPRO Silver FX with the lever fully open, and I'm going to begin to set and create my next guideline. Alright, so now that I created that guide with the lever fully open, I'm now going to close my lever and begin to blend from the bottom of this guide right back up towards the top of that guide. So I'm going to close my lever, completely blend out that first line, and then little by little as I work my way up, I'm going to continue to open my lever. And every time that I do that, you're going to notice that a little bit of that guide's constantly moving up with me, but that's okay because that's exactly what I'm looking for. By the time I get towards the top of this guide and my lever's fully extended, it'll be completely blended out. I also want to take time to mention this really quick is you could constantly see that I'm stretching the skin right here. And nobody ever taught me that. It was kind of something I had to learn on my own, or maybe I seen somebody do it and I just tried it. But the point is, nobody directly ever taught me that. But it's such a valuable technique, especially when you're working in a little area like this. When you stretch the skin, it just allows you to get a better visual so you could have a clear understanding of what needs to take place. So now that I blended that out, I'm going to come back in with my BABYLISSPRO Silver FX with my WAHL #1 color guard with the lever open, and I'm going to begin to create and set my next guideline. I am going to give myself the same amount of space that I gave myself with the previous guide because I do want to keep everything consistent with this blend. So now that my guide was created with the lever open, I'm now going to close my lever and begin to blend from the bottom of this guide right back up towards the top of this guide. Unlike the step before, this time I am going to keep the lever fully closed, and I'm literally going to go from the beginning of this guide right back up towards the top of the guide where I just left off with the lever fully open. So I'm going to stop a little right underneath that. That one fully open is just to help me transition into my next step. So typically the one closed tends to leave weight behind. So I'm going to show you how to remove that right here. I'm coming in with my WAHL half color guard with the lever fully open, and I'm going to begin to attack the weight that I see. So I'm literally going to come in and attack right above the weight that I see, and I'm going to use that fade down process, meaning I'm going to close my lever as needed and work my way down until that guide's completely blended out. So right here you're going to notice that I'm working at this specific area quite a bit, and the reason is there's actually a scar right there. It's pretty noticeable, and this is my client that I cut quite often, so I'm already aware of the scar. And so what I like to do in situations like this is I like to take the time to actually blend out the surrounding area around it, because if I don't take that time, it'll actually look like I literally just accidentally cut a line in there with my trimmer and left it. So any chance that you get, take that little extra step to just kind of perfect your client's blend and maybe hide any deflaws or defects that they may have. Alright, so now that I have that blended out, I'm going to come in with my WAHL 1.5 premium guard with the lever fully open. And I am demonstrating that flick out motion right now because naturally we think that that 1.5 fully open should connect smoothly into that number 2 close that I initially knocked everything down to. But sometimes that's not the case. So by me using that flick out motion, it's just helping me avoid setting in any guide that I'm not looking to set in. And if for some reason it does, it'll be a lot easier to remove because I use that flick out motion. So once I clean everything up with the lever fully open, just like the previous guides, I'm now going to close my lever and begin to blend from the bottom of that guide right back up towards the top of it. So I'm going to come in with the lever fully closed and go right up to underneath where I just left off with the lever fully open. One thing I also want to mention is I did say that this was a mid to high taper, and it is, but it looked like I set in my bald guideline a little bit low to be considered mid to high, and I did that on purpose because this still is a mid to high taper. But what I did was I set my bald guide in a little bit lower, and then when it came into setting my guides, I stretched them a little bit higher to achieve that mid to high look. And what that allowed me to do is, if you look at his front lineup area right now on the side, on his sidebars, they're nice and dark. It almost looks like I put an application of some no drip or whatever these barbers are using these days as far as enhancements. And I'm not. That's just a natural lineup, and that's just a technique that you could use to achieve that darkness if that's something you're trying to keep. So you did just see me clean up everything with that 1.5 fully open, and then I closed it as needed, just working out dark spots. So right here I'm going to begin my detail work, and I'm going to use a whole different clipper to do that. And I'm going to use my caliber 357 Magnum, and I noticed that these cut just a little bit shorter than my BABYLISSPRO, and so I want to come in and clean up doing my detail work using the same exact guards that I just used for this taper, and just working my way around, knocking everything out until I achieve the blurriness that I'm looking for. Alright, so now that it looks like everything's starting to really come together, before I finalize everything, I like to do my lineup while I'm doing my detail work. And the reason why is two things is going to happen right now when I do this lineup on the neck taper and the front taper. One is the haircut itself is going to begin to pop. And the second thing is any imperfections that I may not see, those are going to begin to pop as well. So once I'm done with this lineup, I'll go ahead and step back, reevaluate the whole fade, and approach it from there. Alright, so now that I did the lineup on the neck taper and the side taper, some imperfections are really starting to pop out to me, and I'm noticing some dark spots that still need blended out right there where I'm at now, kind of behind the ear. So I'm going to continue to do detail work using my caliber 357 clipper and just get everything to look blurry like it should. Alright, so now that I got his taper looking super blurry, I'm going to go ahead and finish the cut by doing his lineup. So right there you saw that I was spraying a little bit of water to kind of gain control over that hair that's not quite long enough to pull back in his bun yet. And once I did that, then you saw me comb down those little baby hairs in front that I am going to be lining up. And once I combed those down, you saw that I applied a holding spray, and that's just going to help me kind of neatly keep everything together, and it's going to allow me to give them a nice clean sharp lineup. Alright, so now I'm going to come in with my straight razor and finalize everything. And anytime that I apply a straight razor on anybody, regardless of what area of their body it is, I always stretch the skin. I can't stress how important it is to stretch the skin to allow a comfortable shave for your client. But keep in mind that mistakes can happen, and clearly we all saw that in my last tutorial. So here's a look at the final cut, y'all. If you got anything useful out this, I ask that you smash that like button. If you're new to my channel, I suggest you stick around. It's only gonna get doper from here. I appreciate y'all. Be blessed and be a blessing. I'm out.